CNN is admitting that a 2022 red wave is indeed coming, as one analyst believes that Biden is paving the way for Trump to win again. In this video, we're going to take a look at the shocking admission by a chief CNN analyst, how corroborating data suggests that the Democrats could indeed face a bloodbath in the midterms, and why one analyst is arguing that Biden is doing nothing less than paving the way for a Trump re-election in 2024. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you as always. We are your daily antidote to fake news. As each and every day, we analyze current events in light of larger conservative trends to help you to think better and feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Let's start with our video chat question of the day, shall we? How are you feeling about them midterms? Do you believe we're going to see a red wave? Let us know in the comments section below. At this point, what do you think the prospects are for a GOP red wave? Let us know what you think, because now we're seeing that even CNN is starting to panic, and we're going to see precisely why. But first, a new invention has come onto the market that's helping to relieve pain using nanotechnology. It's called Relax the Pain, and it uses nanotechnology patches to help relieve pain anywhere in your body within seconds. You simply stick the patch on the source of the pain, and it can subside the pain or aches in under 60 seconds. It's pretty amazing stuff. And best of all, if you click on the link below today, you're going to get your patches at 33% off. But this is a limited time offer, so do not wait. Click on that link below right now, or go to relaxthepain.com and get 33% off your order today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. If you're a regular to this channel, you know that we've been analyzing of late the prospects for a massive red wave in November of 2022. And now we have a rather unlikely ally corroborating such a scenario, and that's none other than the most distrusted name in fake news, the one and only CNN. Yes, leftist activists disguised as journalists over at CNN are indeed sounding the alarm, warning their fellow liberals that it's looking more and more likely that the Republicans will indeed take back both the House and the Senate in a massive red wave in the midterms. A senior CNN analyst by the name of John Avlin was a guest on the CNN morning show called New Day, and he predicted that the surge in crime that we're seeing throughout our nation's cities is fueling the GOP's chances of reclaiming its majority in Congress in 2022. According to Avlin, quote, Republicans can turn rising crime into a culture war wedge issue. As we turn the corner into summer, which is usual increase in violence crime, public safety is again front and center in people's minds after decades of declines. Democrats are going to have to deal with it or risk political backlash. And this is because, according to Avlin, quote, major American cities saw a stunning 33% increase in murder last year, which is in radical contrast with the steep and then steady murder decline America saw between 1991 and 2014. Now, Adlin is right here in terms of the spike in murder rates and violent crime. You will love checking out a video we just uploaded on an Atlanta politician who voted to defund the police department to the tune of over $70 million. He ended up getting carjacked in broad daylight the other day, and then he had the gall to complain that when he called 911, it took over 5 minutes for anyone to respond. That video is going to absolutely make your day in terms of what we call ironic justice that these BLM radicals are getting with this massive spike in crime as a direct consequence of their abdication of their law enforcement responsibilities. But in that video, we noted that the city of Atlanta in particular has been going through a horrific crime wave. Shootings are up 51% from this time last year. Homicides are up 60%. And last year was the most horrific year in decades. Look at this. 2020 was the deadliest year in decades in Atlanta. And already this year, Atlanta is seeing a 60% increase from their deadliest year in decades. And it's not just Atlanta. Cities all across the nation are experiencing an utter epidemic of violent crime. Look at this from NPR. Massive one-year rise in homicide rates collided with the pandemic in 2020. And the article goes on to point out, quote, at the end of 2020, Chicago police reported more than 750 murders, a jump of more than 50% compared with 2019. By mid-December, Los Angeles saw a 30% increase over the previous year with 322 homicides. There were 437 homicides in New York City by December 20th, nearly 40% more than the previous year. And so the leftist commentator, CNN, John Avlin, basically said that Democrat legislatures in all these cities are having to turn their backs on the defund the police movement. And again, he's right on this. Look at this headline from the Wall Street Journal. Cities reverse defunding the police amid rising crime. Duh. And the piece starts saying it bluntly, quote, 1 year after the movement to defund law enforcement began to upend municipal budgets, many American cities are restoring money to their police departments or proposing to spend more. In New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio said he would reinstate $92 million for a new precinct after scrapping the project last summer. The mayor of Baltimore, who led efforts as a city councilman to cut the police budget by $22 million last year, recently proposed a $27 million increase. And so, according to the CNN analyst, this skyrocketing lawlessness has become so epidemic in these Democrat-dominated cities is going to result in a whole slew of law and order candidates getting elected in 2022. Now, that analysis, we can add a number of other factors that are working in the Republicans' favor. We did a video on a new poll that just came out. You can check that video out by simply clicking on the link here. It's a deep dive into a new poll that found that the enthusiasm indicator for the 2022 midterms is sky high among Republicans, outpacing Democrats by double digits. Political analysts like Kyle Becker recognize the significance of this poll with the headline, "New poll suggests Democrats are headed for election bloodbath in 2022 midterms." I do think he's absolutely right at this point, because we've got to understand it's not just the enthusiasm gap that the Democrats have to worry about. We've got to understand the obstacles that the Democrats face is the one that's marked American politics from its very inception. And that's what's known as the pendulum swing in the midterms. I'm sure you know this, but historically speaking, the party that has the presidency, they don't just lose House seats during the midterms. They can, in fact, lose lots of House seats. According to Gallup, right, a president who is underwater, that is under 50% approval, can expect to see a loss of an average of 37 seats in the House. And Sleepy Joe has been fledgling around the 50% approval mark throughout his entire presidency. In fact, we did a video that you'll definitely want to check out on an ABC Washington Post poll that found that Joe Biden's approval rating at the 100-day mark of his presidency was, quote, the third lowest since tracking began in 1945. Biden has the third lowest approval of any president in the last 75 years. This coming from two of the most left-wing media sites, ABC News and the Washington Post. So right now, we're talking upwards about 40 seats that the Democrats are most likely going to lose in 2022. And this is why I think that when all is said and done, it's going to be the crime wave that will ultimately, well, I should say it's not going to be the crime wave that will undo the Democratic majority. I don't think it's going to be the crime wave or the pandemic or the economy. In the end, it's Sleepy Joe himself that will ultimately be the reason the Democrats get crushed in 2022. We've got some analysis on this that you're going to absolutely love. But first, we are just hours away from our upcoming Patriot Entrepreneur live event this Friday and Saturday, June 4th. And 5th, and so time is running out to register. It's our first ever Patriot Entrepreneur Live. It's a virtual conference, so you don't even need to leave the comfort of your own couch. And it's unlike any other event out there, okay? If you're interested in learning how to invest in Bitcoin, or how to invest in real estate or in banking, freed from the Federal Reserve, or if you're just interested in learning how to break free from your woke work environment and become financially independent, this conference is for you. We've got some of the most amazing Patriot entrepreneurs that'll be joining us to give you the tools you need to be completely financially independent from any and all woke corporations. Now, registration is going to close literally in hours, so do not wait. This is your last chance to have some of the most exciting and successful patriots mentoring you and your financial success. So click on that link below right now, and I'll see you for a weekend that promises to be a game changer in your life like never before. All right, gang, check out this headline. Biden paving the way for Trump to win again. It's a great piece, actually, because it recognizes that Biden has been doing nothing but blundering his entire presidency. He's blown it at the border. He's blown it with the Keystone Pipeline, sacrificing our energy independence. He's blown it with China. He's blown it with race relations, which are an all-time low. He's blown it with law and order. He's blown it with the economy. He's blown it with the pandemic. We could go on to, and all of this is leading to what this analyst calls Biden remorse. How's that on a play off of buyer's remorse? He believes it's very real Biden remorse. Quote, increasingly, many Americans now see that Trump was the kind of president that they always wanted, but they didn't realize what they had. After all, most Americans appreciate straight talk from their elected officials and distrust career politicians, especially lawyers. Many voters prefer no-nonsense, business-style governance. Most Americans also favor America First policies and expect their president to prioritize their interests above those of foreign nationals, particularly lawbreakers. And he goes on to surmise that now that we've got Biden, most Americans now realizing how amazing Trump really was, they're going to just rise up and throw Biden out in 2024 and put Trump back in. So if his analysis is right, we're not just looking at a red wave in 2022, but a stunning and astonishing comeback for Donald Trump in 2024 as well. Now, before you go, you definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it. It's on how woke public schools are imploding as school choice surges and homeschooling skyrockets an astonishing 700%. So we look at the extraordinary rise of school choice programs in states across the country, how homeschooling is surging at rates never imagined just months ago, and how enrollment in woke public schools continues to plummet like never before. You're not going to want to miss this, so make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.